What's up, guys? UFC Fight Night Medic versus Rodriguez just ended, and we're gonna go through the card, break it down, give a little recap, go over our picks, which we didn't do too bad. We went 10-4 on this card, so we're gonna go through this really fast. Most of these fights ended by first round finish, so this will not be the longest breakdown recap video. There's not a lot to break down here. First fight of the night, we got Marina Spasic versus Stephanie Luciano. Marina Spasic was landing on the feet early, tagging up Stephanie. I thought we might be in for a rough one. I think she even defended a takedown. Let's see. Yeah, she defended like one takedown. Stephanie Luciano started tagging her on the feet. Timed a really nice takedown towards the end and immediately synced up a rear naked choke. I was kind of shocked by how fast she synced that in. That was like amateur MMA, local scene, carnival fights type of rear naked choke, if you know what I mean. If you've seen those fights, you know that once they get the rear naked choke, or once they get the back, they just immediately sink in a rear naked choke. That's kind of what this was. She took her down and just it was like there. She just had her neck way up in the air and just easy to grab. I don't think Marina Spasic is UFC caliber. I wasn't too impressed by her tape. Honestly, she looked kind of average. Stephanie Luciano got her out of there in a round, which is kind of rare for women's MMA fighters. And actually happened twice on this card. This card was pretty crazy. But yeah, Stephanie Luciano, pretty good on the feet, pretty good on the ground. Definitely want to see her fight a better opponent next time. Marina Spasic, if they keep her in the UFC, which they probably will for at least a fight or two more, don't pick her. I don't think she's very good. Okay on the feet, but even then we're kind of exaggerating a little bit. But on the ground, just trash, terrible. Yeah, we picked Stephanie Luciano. We went 1-0 for this fight so far. This fight card. Next up, we got Jovan Leka versus Alexander Popik. Jovan Leka looked awful, to be honest. I'm not even going to lie. I picked him, but before he got that finish, he looked awful, I think. Popik, who I think is really awful, was beating up Popik. Popik was beating up Leka's legs pretty bad. Even made him switch stances at one point. But yeah, Popik, who likes to just skate along the fence, like I said last week, he just likes to sit around the fence, and that's not a good game plan when you're fighting Leka. Leka launched a body kick and dropped him and got him out of there. Yeah, it was a really nasty body kick. Really powerful, right under the elbow. Immediately, he just started wincing and fell to the ground, got him out of there. I don't think Popik is very good. I don't think he's UFC level at all. I'm going to give Jovan a little bit of grace because he's only 24. And also, it's heavyweight. He's fighting should be a way faster guy. He was talking about going down to middleweight, I guess. That's what the commentators were saying. Popik's trying to go down to middleweight. I guess we'll see about that. But yeah, a way faster guy. Doesn't shock me too much that he was way faster than Leka on the feet. I think Leka just looked bad. Didn't really go for takedowns, which he should have, because he's way bigger, and that's kind of his game. He kind of strayed away from that. Got a little bit lucky. Got a good body kick in. Got him out of there. We picked Leka. I think Popik is gonna lose to anybody good. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's UFC caliber. Like I said, Jovan Leka, he didn't look good, but he's young, and this was his first fight in the UFC, so we'll let him slide a little bit. But we picked Jovan Leka to win. He won. 2-0. Let's keep it moving. Nina Milicevic versus Haley Cohen, another fighter who I don't think is UFC caliber. 0 UFC wins. This is definitely going to be her last fight. She's 34. I think she's 0-3 in the UFC now. And that's 2 finishes back to back. It's kind of rare to get women finishes. And she's got 2 KOs back to back. This time a TKO to the body, but still. Nina was getting tagged on the feet a little bit in the beginning. Haley's the bigger fighter here. She's a 135er. Nina's not. She's a real 135er. Piecing her up, keeping her at reach. But Nina started landing to the body. And before the actual finish, I was like, I think she's getting hurt to the body. Because she was getting tagged with straights. And she was kind of making a big reaction, which is not a good sign. And then eventually she got a really good straight to the body. Hurt her. She started wincing. Got her out of there. Good finish. I was surprised she got a finish to the body. If anything, I was thinking to the head. Because Haley just got KO'd, flatlined, 3 months ago against Pereira. But yeah, good win by Nina. This was also her debut. We have a lot of debutantes on this card. She was one of them. She got a dub. Good fight. Good win. So we're 3-0. We're 3-0 so far. Not bad, not bad. Mateusz Rebecki versus Kyle Prepelec. This is the weirdest fight of the card, probably. Mateusz, he finally uses his fight IQ, gets a takedown, doesn't take really any damage in this fight. Kyle, I don't know what the hell that was, but he was like stuck in the mud. He got taken down, held against the fence, and with like one leg between Mateusz's legs. So he's kind of just holding him and just beating his ass. He landed 132 strikes, 75 significant strikes. Kyle landed 2. Honestly, I don't even remember. The 2 must have been right before the takedown or something. Yeah, Kyle looked awful. He's definitely getting cut after that. I think he's like 0-5 in the UFC because this is his second stint. Yeah, third finish in a row, I think. Third finish loss in a row, I think. I think he lost to Benoit, then Dober, now this. Really, really, really bad. This is by far his worst performance of the 3. I feel like he could have got out and just didn't. And then even towards the end when he was kind of in like turtle position, just didn't move. Like he's just chilling there, eating these punches. It's like, dude, you gotta move or you're gonna, the fight's over. And it was over. Didn't move. That was really close to like going to the second round. There was only like 19 seconds left. But that would have been at like a 10-8, 10-7. We're talking. I mean, he had him hurt. Yeah, his face, when he got up, his face was all messed up. He looked like usually what Rebecki looks like at the end of his fights. But yeah, we picked Rebecki. Great performance by him. I mean, I have no complaints about him, but Kyle, that was just awful. I don't know what the hell that was. He's definitely getting cut. Yeah, we went 4-0 so far. Good fight, good performance. Just weird performance from Kyle himself. Denis Buzukja versus Bogdangrad. This was another semi-weird finish. I had Bogdangrad by outworking Denis and just getting the takedowns and beating him up, getting control time. And he did in the first round. He definitely won the first round. Got some good control, got some good punches in. The second round, he looked completely gassed. I was like, shit, we're gonna lose one of our picks already 5 fights in. Ends up getting like a takedown. Gets an arm triangle kind of against the fence. It didn't look that tight to me. It looked like it was gonna get tight and he was like getting the squeeze in, but it didn't look all the way in yet. And Denis kind of like pushed his leg, so they were in mount. Bogdangrad was trying to go to the choke side. Denis pushed his leg off, but it kind of like bounced when he did it. When he pushed his leg, so it kind of like looked like a tap. I didn't think it was a tap. I can see why he's mad because it just didn't look like a tap. It didn't look like the choke was all the way in. I know Denis was like wincing a little bit, but I think Bogdan was starting to get the squeeze, but not quite, all the way in. At least to me, he didn't even get all the way off to the side yet. And like I said, Bogdan was gassed. I don't think he was like putting an insane amount of pressure just from mount like that, kind of like half mount, quarter mount, whatever they call it. Yeah, Denis kind of tapped funnily or grabbed his leg kind of funny. It looked like he tapped. I don't blame the ref for stopping it because even on replay, I'm like, did he tap? Did he not tap? I don't think it was a tap, but in the moment, if you're the ref, you see that. I mean, I'm probably stopping that fight too. Denis looked maybe on his way to winning that second round and probably taking the third. But the choke, I mean, he might have got the choke anyway. Like I said, it looked like it was getting tight, just not tight yet. But Bogdan was tired, so it's kind of hard to say. That's kind of like a strongman choke. You got to use a lot of strength to get one of those arm triangles. Other than that, though, Bogdangrad didn't look too bad. Just gassed really hard. He threw a lot of stupid shit in that first round. I know he's like he has like a decent cardio base. But he was throwing like hook kicks, spinning back fists, stupid elbows and shit like that. He landed a good up elbow, though. That was pretty cool. But he was wasting a lot of energy in striking when it's like, I mean, you're going to have to use a lot of that for your wrestling and your takedowns and your control. But he gassed really hard in that second round. I actually got rocked, I think, in that second round really bad. Good. He got some control, though, so that kind of saved him. But, yeah, weird fight. We picked Bogdangrad. Didn't think he was going to get the finish for sure. That's kind of nice, though. So we're 5-0 at this. Yeah, we're 5-0 at this point. Really good card so far, by the way. There's like all finishes. Really good finishes. This is the first fight of the night that went to the second round. Next up, we got Borislav Nikolic versus Mark Vologdin. This is a really, really good fight. Borislav Nikolic, I said it last week, his defense is trash. I think his defense is awful. like really, really bad. Keeps his hands down, swings from like the hip, wide hooks, wide uppercuts. Yeah, so right away he runs across the mark and gets dropped maybe 10 seconds into the fight. I'm like, fuck. Because I think when he's hurt that bad, when he drops and gets hurt that bad, I think it might be over. Because Mark's kind of a small, really small, like 5'2", powerful guy, built like a fucking square. So I was like, okay, we're in a little bit of trouble. Right off rip, he gets dropped immediately. But no, gets up, puts a decent pace on him. I'm not going to lie. On the feet, it didn't look like Nikolic was landing that much until like the third round. Like that second round, he was like throwing a lot. But Mark was actually doing a good job of staying out of the way. But Mark himself didn't do much in that second round, so I would definitely, let me actually see what the stats are. 24 to 23, and that was like, 69 though, out of 69. Like that's a 35% clip. Yeah, that wasn't good. Mark was making him miss a lot. Mark took the first round. Second round, Borisov just put a crazy pace on him. Like I said, missing a lot of shots. To be honest, missing a lot of punches. Mark did a really good job of skating along the fence and staying out of the way. But yeah, just put the pressure on him, put the pace on him. I think took the second round, but it was a little bit close. But the third round, I mean, that was like a 10-7, 10-8. That was a really bad whooping. Borisov Nikolic puts a really crazy pace on this guy. Then he starts tagging him, gets some control, and then from the top really starts beating him up. Gets like a really close guillotine. That's kind of like his signature, is getting a guillotine after getting dropped. Had a really close guillotine. Mark's very lucky he's that small because he kind of just snuck his chin out of there. Really good fight, really fun fight. I don't know. I'm about to look at this. It might be fight of the night. Yeah, I think. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be fight of the night for sure. That was a really, really good fight. Borisov really put it on him in that third round. Mark needs to. This is a weird one because he's like too wide to go down, but he's also too small. He's way too small for bantamweight, like height-wise. Good head movement, all that stuff. He just can't seem to land too good, even against Borislav, who I think has trash defense. Landed on him in the beginning. That's because Borislav literally ran, like sprinted towards him. Other than that, though, didn't land anything where I was like worried that Borislav was gonna get hurt. Yeah, Mark, I don't know what you do with this guy. He stays at bantamweight, fights another tall, lanky guy, and gets beat again. I don't know. I would like to see him go to flyweight, but he looks too wide for flyweight. He looks like a fucking like SpongeBob. He looks like a square. But yeah, really good fight. We picked Borislav. His tape was really fun to watch too on the regional. A lot of comebacks, and this was another one. Got dropped in the first round, comes back, wins the second two, gets to 10-8 in the third. Great fight. Want to see him fight more. Keep his hands up next time though. And next up we got, what are we doing? Oban Elliott versus Michael Oliveira. Ooh, man. Michael Oliveira has like nukes for hands, dude. That was crazy. I think he dropped him in the beginning. Let's see, we got 2 knockdowns? Yeah, we do. Okay, so knocks him down right in the beginning with a jab, like wobbles him. I'm like, holy shit. Look at the difference in builds between these guys, and they're almost the same height. Crazy. This guy's lanky as hell. Also, he has like a 6-inch reach advantage over Oban Elliott, who's 6 foot. Dang, I wish I had the stats right here. It's something crazy, like 76 inches of reach or something. I think he's like 71. I could be off on that. But really crazy power in his hands. Oban was landing early, overhand, landed a good few overhands. I was like, okay, he's kind of catching him. I'm going to make it a decent fight. And then Michael catches him with the jab, bro. Drops him, wobbles him with a fucking jab. Then after that, it was over. Michael lands again. It was like a combination, drops him. And then Oban Elliott kind of face plants, and he's kind of like doing like the Aljamain Sterling, swaying his head type of deal. But Michael Oliveira just started landing bombs. It looked like Oban was out, and he still was eating bombs. Michael Oliveira, I still want to see him like fight a guy who will test the takedown defense a little bit, because if he can stop takedowns and fight like that on the feet, some welterweights are gonna be in some trouble. Yeah, Oban Elliott, damn. I think that's 3 losses in a row. I think he lost his last fight by finish. This was by finish. Trains with, who does he train with? Another guy from Wales. I think he just retired. Damn, not a bad coach though. It's like him and his dad. Dang it, I forget who that was. I'll put it in the comments below. But yeah, Owen Elliott trains from a decent gym, but I think this might be it for him. That's 3 losses in a row now. This was a bad knockout early in the first. Michael Oliveira looks really good. I want to see him fight someone more decent. They're probably going to slow roll him, though. That's what they've been doing a little more recently, especially if you only just showed knockout power. But yeah, really good fight, really good hands, crazy reach. Disgusting. Yeah, great fight. Another first round finish. Oh yeah, we picked Michael Oliveira to win, probably by knockout. Alright, here's where we start making mistakes, though. Ludovic Klein versus Tofik Musayev. Ludovic Klein does not look the same after his injury, I think last year now, or like 11 months ago or something like that. Ludovic Klein looked like he was fighting underwater, especially in that first round. He was getting beat up. That lead leg was getting tore up by Tofik. Really good game plan from Tofik. He's southpaw, so his lead leg is the one that broke like a year ago now. And Tofik just blasted it, targeted it really good. Looked like he was hurting Ludovic Klein. But other than that, Ludovic Klein just looked bad, looked really slow. Wasn't getting any combinations going in that first round. That was a clear first round for Tofik. Second round, Ludovic started landing a little bit better, a little more combos, getting his flow a little bit back. Tofik looked like he was gassing. I was like, oh, okay, Ludovic's going to take over here. And then all of a sudden, Tofik's like, yeah, let's get this guy out of here, and just bombs on him and knocks him out and gets him out of there. I was like, damn, all right. Tofik looked really good. I know people don't like Tofik because he's a cheater and did all that stupid shit in his last fight against Bahamundes. That's fair, but here it was pretty clean. Just beat his ass. Ludovic Klein, damn, doesn't look the same anymore. Maybe it was just the layoff. Maybe it was the injury. Maybe it was just Tofik being really, really good. Who knows? But to me, he looked slow. Didn't look like he really was comfortable in there. Found a flow compared to his last fights. Yeah, Tofik dismantled him. Won the first round, KO'd him in the second. We picked Ludovic Klein, so we went 7-1 up to this point. Good performance by Tofik. Yeah, I want to see him fight someone even better next time. So, because I think Ludovic Klein's pretty good, and he got him out of there. So, maybe a ranked opponent, maybe like a Bobby Green or something like that. I guess we'll see. So that does it for the prelims. We went 7-1 on the prelims. That's pretty freaking good. But next up we got Milos Janicic versus Noah Gunan. I picked Milos Janicic just because he's more aggressive than Noah. But right off rip, Noah kicks his leg, deadens the nerve, gets a rear naked choke finish. It ends in a minute. Not really much to talk about, to be honest. We didn't learn anything about either of these fighters. There's not much there's nothing Milos can do once that leg is deadened. Try to hold out for the round, but he didn't. Noah got the sub. Yeah. Not really much to say there. I can't tell how good any of these people are, or, if they're UFC caliber or not. Noah got the finish in a round. We picked Milos. Noah won, so we're like 7-2 up to this point. Vlasto Chepo versus Gilbert Urbina. Vlasto Chepo does not look like he did on the regional scene. He looks like a blob here. Maybe he was on a little something. I don't know. This guy looks flabby here. He doesn't look like the same as he did when he was getting all those knockouts. So he does the same Chepo gimmick, the Chepo gimmick. Walks across the octagon, just starts swinging bombs, gets dropped with like a jab, and then just gets ground and pounded and finished out of there. Embarrassing performance, to be honest. That was really in front of his home crowd. I think it was his home crowd. Well, they loved him. Slovakia, I don't fucking know. Gilbert drops him with the jab, just gets him out of there. Another really fast, weird finish. I think a lot of these Serbian guys just are not UFC caliber. I could have told you that. Oh, I did tell you that before this fight. Just Vlasto Chepo just swings for the fences, and that's just not going to work in the UFC. I thought it would work on Gilbert Urbina. Gilbert Urbina coming up a weight class. Gilbert Urbina has been slept by welterweights. Slept by a lot of welterweights. His record is awful. He's like 7-5. I guess 8-5 now. But yeah, Vlasto Chepo came in here looking flabby. Yeah, tried the gimmick, tried the crowd gimmick. Didn't work. Got slept with the jab, it looked like. We picked Vlasto Chepo. Horrible pick in retrospect. Never picking him again. We're going to actually pick against him no matter what from here on out. Yeah, we picked Vlasto Chepo. Gilbert Urbina got it done. I think we're like 7-3 now, unfortunately. We went like, we took like 4 losses in a row. Even with this one, we got Dusko Todorovic versus Robert Valentin. I picked Dusko. I thought he was going to get the takedown. control, hold him down, because Robert's been taken down and controlled before. Right off rip, yeah, there's like no strike, barely any strikes landed. Right off rip, Dusko shoots. Robert gets a guillotine, flips him over. It looks really tight. Dusko survives, gets up, rolls around, tries for another takedown, another guillotine. I think it was like the third guillotine. Well, it says 2 sub attempts, so I think it was like 3 guillotines though. But on the third guillotine, shoots, gets his guillotine, ties it up. Dusko taps pretty much immediately. That one was synced in. At that point, they were both probably really tired from all this scrambling, like 4 minutes straight of scrambling. Yeah, not much to say. I don't think either of these guys are very good. I thought Dusko might just edge it out with control. Robert Valentin gets the guillotine. Dusko Todorovic proving once again he's not good. Yeah, another first round finish. We picked Dusko, so we're like 7-4 now, which sucks. We got off to a 7-0 hot start. I don't really care about either of these fighters. Like I said last week, it's shit versus ass, and that's exactly what it was. And next up, we got Alexander Rakic versus Marcin Tybura. Easily the worst fight of the night. Snooze fest. I know Marcin Tybura is like a boring fighter, smudgy fighter, a blobby fighter. He sucks. I don't like him. Alexander Rakic just kept everything straight. Leg kicks, punches, jabs, and did a lot of smudging himself. Really, really boring from Alexander. The most damage he did was probably to his leg. To Marcin's leg. He had a big welt on his calf. Other than that, though, really, really boring fight. I don't know if it's just because the rest of the fights were really, really good or like really fast finishes, but this fight was boring. I think Alexander Rakic also has a knack for kind of being boring if he's not getting finished or fighting a really exciting fighter. Like, he'll kind of fight to the level of excitement his opponents give him. Just a really boring fight. Alexander Rakic just outpoints him, outscores him. I thought he would get Marcin out of there. Like I said, I don't think Marcin's very good. And then Alexander coming up with a really big speed difference, probably a power difference, because I don't think Marcin's powerful at all. But yeah, really didn't do much from either guy. Marcin can't be mad. He doesn't do shit in any fight. Alexander definitely won. We picked Alexander. Can't be too mad, but the fight sucked. Next up we got, Jan Blachowicz versus Navajo Sterling. This is the co-main event. I told you guys last week, you're not coming in here off a knee surgery at 43. Hasn't had a decent win in like 5 or 6 years. And before, I think his last good win was Israel Adesanya. He beat Rakic technically by like a leg kick injury, I think it was. That's a decent win. I don't think Rakic is very good though, like at all. But yeah, Israel Adesanya is probably Jan Blachowicz' last elite win in the UFC, and that was like 6 years ago. I think that was 2021. Jan Blachowicz, 43, looks slow, or has been looking slow, gets hurt way more often than he used to. Actually, he ended up hurting Navajo Sterling like immediately into this fight with like a left hook, I think it was, or maybe it was like a jab off a kick. Hurt Navajo just a little bit. Navajo though regained composure, and then ended up landing like a 1-2 right on the pipe. Jan Blachowicz was hurt bad, drops, and then Navajo Sterling ends up dropping elbows on him, splitting him wide open. Honestly, beating the hell out of Jan, and ended up getting the finish. I think Jan should retire, you guys. I thought Navajo Sterling would win. I did not think he was going to KO him in round 1 like that, though, especially on 2 weeks' notice. Yeah, I think Jan should definitely retire. I know he went to a draw with Bogdan, but dude, if you saw Bogdan's last fight, he's not good either. Honestly, light heavyweight itself kind of just sucks. A lot of light heavyweights suck. Yeah, Navajo Sterling, though, great performance, great finish. 2 weeks' notice. Jan Blachowicz had a full camp as far as I'm aware. Not for Navajo, but he had a full camp for Bogdan. Yeah, 2-week notice switch. Navajo Sterling gets the finish. Good finish. We picked Navajo Sterling, so we're like 8-4 at this point, I think. No, I think 9-4. Yeah, we got Rakic. Yeah, 9-4 at this point. And for the main event, we got Uros Medic versus Daniel Rodriguez. This was a nothing burger of a fight. Daniel Rodriguez owed the cartel money. No, I'm just kidding. Uros Medic lands a combo immediately in the fight. Like it was like a left hook, and then like some bombs over the top. knees him as he's falling down, which was kind of cool. Had Daniel Rodriguez kind of went flying. It was actually really funny. And then lands a soccer kick. It was like a combo out of a video game. Yeah, gets him out of there in 30 seconds. I don't think it was a good idea for Daniel Rodriguez to take a fight immediately out of prison. I know he probably needs money or something. He was in there for like 9 months. But this was just like a bad idea all around. He's near 40. Uros Medic is on a hot streak, just KOing people back to back to back. And here we go again. I think this is his 4th or 5th KO in a row. At welterweight, good move up it seems for Uros. Glad Uros got it done in front of his home crowd. He seemed to really enjoy afterwards. They were cheering his name. It was really cool. Uros Medic though and Daniel Rodriguez, I don't think are really elite fighters. I don't mean to shit on everybody on this card. I really don't. But this card was kind of like a Serbia party essentially, or was meant to be. And even then, Serbia kind of came in here and lost a lot of fights. Uros Medic, they really needed that one though. If they lost that one, that would have been kind of a shame. But yeah, Uros Medic immediately combos him, knees him on the way down. Look it up if you haven't seen it. Knees him on the way down, and Daniel Rodriguez goes flying. Really funny, and throws a soccer kick and gets him out of there. Yeah, Uros Medic definitely should be going up the rankings now. I think last week I said he wasn't ranked, but then I checked and he is ranked. It just doesn't say on the UFC website for some reason. Like when I was looking at the matchups here, it just didn't say when I clicked on his name. Maybe it's the meta rankings, whatever. Uros Medic should be going up the rankings now. Daniel Rodriguez needs like a tune-up fight. Yeah, not a good performance from him. Uros Medic gets it done. Overall, I think the card was really good. I think it was full of like a lot of non-UFC caliber fighters. But it made for a fun card. There was a lot of first-round finishes. If we're going to go down and look at these, there's like 8 of them or something like that. Really, really fun card to watch other than the co-main event. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This fight, Alexander Rakic versus Marcin Tybura. Co-main event was Jan Blachowicz. But yeah, other than that, really, really good card. Really, really fun card. They announced... Oh, no, they didn't announce it, but I saw it on Twitter. Gene Silva versus Yair Rodriguez. That's a really, really good fight for 5 rounds. I kind of like Yair Rodriguez in that fight. I know that's going to ruffle some people. I know a lot of people like Gene Silva, especially as a fighter. But, yeah, I kind of like Yair Rodriguez in that one. I don't know. I think he could put some damage on Gene Silva early. Maybe hurt him a little bit. Yair Rodriguez has a really good chin. It's been a while since he fought, though. But I'll do some tape and look at it. But, yeah, that's the card. We went 10-4. Good card. Early morning card. Thank God there's a lot of finishes because I was low-key tired through a lot of this. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, really good card. Let me know what you guys think of the picks. What you guys thought of this card. Am I wrong in saying that these are a lot of non-UFC level fighters? I know that's been happening a lot in the UFC anyway. A lot of like Dana White Contender Series guys coming in and not ready to fight in the UFC and stuff like that. But yeah, kind of just like a weak caliber selection of fighters here. At least in my opinion. This is like a Serbia party. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.